Are you ready to rock the universe?
Bow pick a bow bow.
And what if Universal challenged Mickey's Not So Scary?
This is episode 579 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello, everybody. I am Michelle, your host for today. And thank goodness we got the whole fam damly with us. We got Chris.
The fam damling.
The fam damly's here. What's up?
Hey, Chris is back.
And we got Lily.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
Lily.
We got Tracy.
Hidely ho, fam damly.
Fam damling.
You don't mean Trey Trey?
Great. Have you never heard of this the phrase fam damly? Aw.
Not big here.
You haven't either, Chris? Wow.
Where's
Okay.
this from?
I don't know where it started. I don't know, to be honest with you, but my family says it all the time.
I think it's cute.
Well, I'll incorporate it now.
All right. Well, let's get back on the train tracks and start off with the little things from Seth.
This is Seth Kuberski from the Unofficial Guides, back with your first look for October of 2023 at all the little things new around the Universal Orlando Resort. We're going to begin where I usually start my Universal Orlando visits, at the valet parking circle, where I am pleased to announce that the automated ticketing machines have finally reopened. If you prepaid for valet or you're a Premier Annual Pass holder getting free valet parking,
Brian
you
Cooper.
no longer have to wait in line, but can once again just scan your parking ticket. Unfortunately, the credit card readers on the machine are having a little trouble, so be sure to bring cash for your tip. Inside Universal Studios Florida, Halloween Horror Nights 32 has been so popular that Frequent Fear passes are completely sold out as of the 28th of September. And on the 27th of September, I got to attend a signing session at the Five and Dime store on Hollywood with the visual merchandise design team for the Tribute to Terror comic book. The second printing of this comic, which is a great collectible, is now available in the Tribute store with a green cover. And right around the corner in USF, the Mocambo restrooms near the front of the park have finally completed their renovations.
Woo!
They've got nice, clean new tiles, but unfortunately the vintage monster movie posters are gone. In other refurbishment news, over in Islands of Adventure, the sign outside DeFoto's photo studio in Port of Entry has been removed. There are construction walls all around Circus McGurkus in Seuss Landing, and there are multiple construction walls in Marvel, with the snack stand near the pathway to Toon Lagoon having been removed entirely. Also in Toon Lagoon, there are once again refurbishment walls around the Popeye statue. Outside of the parks, over at the Royal Pacific Resort, Beer Fest is returning to Jake's on October 6th. Tickets are $65 per person, or you can get the VIP treatment with a souvenir glass for $90. And finally, I've gotten word about a minor change coming to early park admission. This won't affect most guests who get their early park admission by reserving an on-site hotel room or having an annual pass. But if you've previously gotten early park admission with a special single-day ticket sold through certain travel agents, that will no longer be an option in the future.
Boo.
All right, that will wrap up this little edition of Little Things. You can find me and the unofficial guide to Universal Orlando's 2024 edition at theunofficialguides.com. I'll be back in a few weeks, and until then, I'm keeping an eye on all those little things at the Universal Orlando Resort for you.
And for Kayla Roebuck, when Seth says a few weeks, he means about 4, because he won't be back in 2 weeks' time because he's off traveling. Sorry, Kayla.
Yeah, so that early park admission single day ticket caused a ruckus in the travel agency world.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because it's been kind of a big benefit for travel agents, because if you're not staying on property, especially like if you're for a lot of our Disney clients, they just want to come in for a day. If they book those tickets through us as opposed to going to the website, they still get early park admission. by booking through us. They wouldn't get that by booking on the website. So it's been kind of a booking perk for us. And they literally took that away and announced it same day. So a lot of travel agents were upset. It didn't really affect me much because I try not to have people that just come to Universal for one day. I really try to convince them to do its own vacation. But a lot of people had clients on the fence about, hey, let me just hold off on buying my Universal ticket until we're for sure which day we're going to go, blah, blah, blah. Well, now they lost that benefit. And it was, anyway, just a big ordeal. But it made sense because there was a lot of confusion across team members from different departments and at the gates where people would show up saying, I've got early admission, but they didn't have a room key. And sometimes team members didn't know what the heck was going on. And it makes sense, but a little warning would have been nice. That's all.
Yeah, it's, again, little things that Universal seem to be doing that I don't like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of a weird one.
I mean, it wouldn't affect me at all because I've never bought a single day ticket to Universal in my life.
Exactly.
Well, I don't care about it at all because I hear early park and I just literally blank out. But for people who do go early, that's
weirdos.
Kind of a weird one. I mean, it's a nice little perk.
And just like Tracy with Japan, if you're just going for one day and you're trying to squeeze it all in, then you're going to use that early park admission.
You want every second.
So it really mainly affected all of those Disney travel agents that are really focused on Disney. My biggest focus is Universal. So,
Michelle, were you just given a little teaser trailer for next week?
Yeah, oh yeah. Spoilers. By the way, Universal, I know you're listening. Chris requests LPA. Late park admission, he would like you to keep.
I thought it was some sort of beer.
He would like you to keep the park open an hour after everyone else is.
Yes. Oh my God.
That would be something.
Yes.
Could Disney? So Disney used to do it. They had extra magic hours.
They still do it. It's only. So they have early park admission for all hotel guests, but the deluxe resort guests get access to the nighttime extra magic hours.
Because that used to be when we stayed on Disney property in 2009, we did Animal Kingdom and we got in there from 5 o'clock till about 7. It was dark. That park is so much nicer at night.
Also, it has no lighting at all, so it's pitch black.
So cool to be in Animal Kingdom after dark. It was awesome.
It used to be the schedule. It used to be all over the place. Sometimes it would be an early park admission. Sometimes it'd be a late, and they've changed that completely. But damn. If Universal did nighttime extra, extra magic hours, but next nighttime extra hours, oh my God.
Look, Universal don't even keep the parks open after dark, to be fair.
Well, we understand why.
I don't understand why.
The people who live in that area know there's a park there.
They keep Halloween Horror Nights open until 2 a.m, so that is not a valid excuse.
But also, the people who move into those houses know what's there.
Exactly.
They know what they're taking on. So,
yes. And most of them move there because they work there or they love being close to the park. So,
go on, Chris. Go on. Get in.
I say this out of love, but if they want to charge similar prices to the rat down the street, then we're going to want some of those similar benefits as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Better benefits, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it ain't cheap to go to Universal anymore.
No, it's not.
I've had many conversations with many people over the last. Well, since we came back, to be fair, and I am slightly concerned. I'm concerned now. We've already been off air talking about next year, whether Tracy and I will be coming out, and there's a lot of variables
there's a lot.
in at that point. But just cost-wise of, if we come out for Horror Nights, you've got to factor in Rush of Fear passes, plus probably an RIP tour. As a conversation we had with Brian and Laura over at Universal Family Podcast yesterday, which will probably be out on Thursday, talking about where the tipping point for RIP tours is, and it's getting very close to that point for the both of us at this point. Plus, you've got to factor in your annual pass renewals. Like I said, mine cost me $500 just to renew, and that was with 20% off. It's becoming a very expensive trip.
Yeah.
And then start to factor in Epic Universe when that opens. We're reaching a point where it's getting a bit too rich for my blood, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
The Epic Universe thing is a very big question mark that I think a lot of people have on their mind when it comes to, planning. Because look at where prices are now.
Yeah.
You're going to introduce an entirely new state-of-the-art giant park.
Mm-hmm.
That you can charge whatever you want for it as well.
Exactly. It's like opening up a full park. So what's the cost? That's the big scary question.
We are definitely nearing Walt Disney World's price points for sure. And listen, I'm okay with it I'm okay with it as long as the value's there.
Yes.
But at the moment, they're not giving you that value. They're just raising prices.
True. Very true.
Well, I think that's really the question, right? I mean, even going back to Horror Nights, where we discussed this a bit, and I know Seth mentioned something else here I'd like to discuss as well.
Yes.
But Rush of Fear passes, right? You go back a few years, and Rush of Fear, I was paying $100, right? Absolute bargain. Even up until recently, what it was, $120?
$129 we paid last year.
Night. Yeah. Still a fantastic bargain.
Yeah.
40% price increase to $180. And yes, if I go 2 nights, I'm still getting some value there, but it is starting to inch closer to that. Am I doing this and going so much just so I can try to justify this?
Yes.
Or am I actually going because I want to? And obviously I do want to go to Horror Nights, but I'm just kind of throwing out
I
this.
get that.
You got to think about that with every aspect of this, right? Like, if you're a Disney pass holder, and I know, some that are pass holders that don't go that frequently. And one of my good friends that literally dropped their annual pass because they love that park to death, right? Like they eat, live, and breathe and all that. But they told me it doesn't make any financial sense for us to keep this pass if we don't go X amount of times a year.
Yeah,
and we just sometimes can't. So it's no point.
It's a little thing like Tracy and I talked about for the longest time of why we never got the freestyle cups. Because am I drinking to get value out of what I've paid for the freestyle cup, or am I drinking because I want to?
You want that drink.
Yeah.
And there was also days where we went in and it was like, do you know what? It's past a certain time. It's not worth recharging it.
Like
that comes into it as well.
But I'm saying we never used to get them because it was like, I'm going to end up having a load of drinks, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm doing it to make sure I get the value out of the cup.
And is that much soda healthy?
Yeah.
Because I noticed the days when I was like full soda days, I was not okay.
No.
And I also wouldn't then get the coffee, which I'd rather have the coffee, I'll be quite honest.
I think the argument about the Rush of Fear passes, Chris, for somebody like you...
Why don't they do that?
For what? What?
A coffee version.
Unlimited
of
coffee?
I would pay for that.
I'm sure you would. The Rush of Fear passes, for you, it doesn't make any difference. You buy that pass, you're going to go as many times as you're going to go anyway. Like you would always go as many times in September as you would anyway, regardless of how much you've paid for that pass. It's just...
Correct. I mean,
is that pass worth that price? Like you say, if you listen to... I'll give them a plug again. This week's Universal Family. I don't know whether you talked about it with them, Chris, but I know we did when we were on that episode about where that tipping point of RIP tours is, and it's getting very close to it for me, where I think we settled on anything over $400 is a conversation.
Yeah, anything $450 to $500
hilarious. $450 was the number that we threw out there as well.
Yeah, we said
it's a conversation.
Yeah, we said $450 is a probably not, and anything
$450 is a hard conversation.
$400 to $450 was a conversation, and $450 is I don't know.
I understand.
That's funny. Also... So we discussed it too, and so we had an interesting take, Kevin and I. My take was my tipping point would be $500, but only if there was more value added.
Yes.
So I said, for instance, I would love to have a drink voucher for 2 or 3 drinks for the night. I would love to have Lombard's, that bar over there, open with a food buffet that's still open at midnight when I'm really wanting food again, instead of like Cafe La Bamba closes at 10.
11.
It's 11 now.
I would also like to skip the food lines. If you could let me skip the food lines during my RIP, I would pay $500.
Yeah.
I still don't know whether I'd pay $500 because then you're still paying extra to buy food.
But also, I would like to check in earlier so we can actually eat a meal in there. Eat our fill.
Yeah,
because it was very quick.
Yes, you're right. You're losing time at Halloween Horror Nights to be sat in Cafe La Bamba.
Well, not even just in
that check-in area.
The check-in area.
Yeah,
eat there.
Well, it was the first time they gave us food in that check-in area the way they did this year.
Yeah,
it was much more.
It was just water last time.
Because we pointed out yesterday we didn't get scare actors in La Bamba this time either. I don't remember. Chris, do you remember if we did last year?
If we got what?
Scare actors. You weren't there.
Scare actors.
Well, I know we did it 2019. 2019 we did.
We did because there were
Because it was scaring the
I
shit
was-
out of Michelle.
I did an RIP last year, just
All
not
right.
with you.
yeah.
And yes, we did
I
have
don't
scare
know,
actors
sure.
because one of them was messing with Kenneth a lot.
We did. I don't remember having
It was
scare
it was
actors.
his friend.
Chris,
Yeah.
did we?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I don't remember either.
If you can tell me where
Yeah,
we sat, I know where we sat the first time. It was like in the little side room, and then when we came back later.
I don't remember there being scare actors because we had a whole conversation about Super Nintendo World with Rich at the time. Anyway,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an opening weekend thing. I don't know. But when we
Maybe.
went with Sonia on hers, we did have scare actors in there because the scare actor that was messing with Kenneth was his friend.
We weren't there opening
And-
weekend.
Weren't you?
Nope. This year's the only time I've
Yeah.
ever been.
Last year,
actually.
this year was the first time he's. Yeah.
This-
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
first-
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think I went in October. Anyway,
But going back to what Chris was going to bring up about the frequent fear passes being sold out this year, they're obviously not hurting for a price increase.
No.
Well, again, going back to the conversation, I don't know if you remember about how they price out all these tickets, where they release individual night tickets months in advance. They gather the data for those tickets, and then based off of how many ticket sales there are, they will price out their multi-night tickets.
Okay.
So the multi-night 180 is because there were so many single nights sold. So they weren't hurting for people to come, hence they raised the price.
To try and stop
Right.
people
Now
buying.
selling-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they gauge they use that data to price out everything else. And now those, all those passes are sold out, which it's a heavy year, not just because it's, amazing houses, but you have two ginormous franchises and IPs with ginormous followings. So you're having thousands upon thousands of people that are going to this event who don't care about Horror Nights, who don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
fact, it's their first time ever going. I just want to see Vecna. I just want to see Ellie. I
Mhm.
just love this IP so much. So I think this is it's a different year because I can't think of a year that's had two giant relevant current IPs as much as Stranger
No,
Things and
probably
Last
not.
of Us.
right.
Walking Dead doesn't really count because that started dying
Yeah.
off after a while. So these are huge.
But those people you're
Yeah.
talking about, are they buying frequent fear passes? Probably not.
Well, but that's also going to affect those other passes. Because remember, your frequent fears, your rush of fears, you have to set a starting date now. You can't go prior to the start date that you put in there. And as they are selling even more individual night tickets, they're like, well, damn, we don't
We
have
can't
to
sell
really sell
anymore.
this frequent fear
Yeah.
and just cut those off and we'll just keep on selling these other tickets that are way more expensive. So I think that's where it became like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the single night. That's what I told you, Chris, too, when you were asking about upgrading, which I'm assuming you
Yes.
found out that you cannot.
I did. Yeah, because I literally 2 days before them putting in this sold out thing, Alexa and I were looking to upgrade our tickets because we were going to go back in October. And it was cheaper for us to just upgrade than buy an individual 2 nights.
Yeah.
And literally the day after it was sold out, I called Universal and yeah, even if you had previous passes, you're not grandfathered in. They're just sold out. They will not sell it to you.
Okay. Because then
Yeah.
the interesting thing this year as well, I think I brought it up on Universal Family yesterday, that this year they're actually selling unlimited express passes on the gate as well. I don't know how much they are.
I saw it was like only an extra $40 or something to upgrade it from your regular express to unlimited.
Jesus, then you do
If they
that.
have,
That's weird.
Oh, dude, it's too. Well, the prices I've been seeing on all the different Horror Nights groups is like $250
For an unlimited.
for an unlimited, which
That's a lot
I
of
brought
money.
up as a talking point. So going back to, is the RIP worth it? I came at it from a different angle. If you look at it and go, how much is an express
Yes.
unlimited
Yeah.
a night? And
I
then
think we
how
said
much
the
extra
same.
for RIP? What am I getting? I'm getting food. I'm getting, walk straight to the front. So that's
Yeah.
a different conversation there. I think the value
But
is
for
still there.
twice the
When
price.
that
Yeah.
becomes too big, now it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm
yeah,
sure
because
we'll
even
get
with
into it.
Express, like my agency, when we did that one night, we all had Express. And even with the Express, it was hard to get it all in.
That's what she said.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that worldwide costs have gone up and things, but the unfortunate thing is people's salaries haven't gone up
No.
in relation to everything else that's going up in the world. And that doesn't seem to be getting factored in anywhere. That
No, they're a business at the end of the day.
I mean, they're all, it doesn't matter because for every person that can't go, there's 10 that can. 10 new ones that are going. It's, you know.
It just worries me, like I say, I love Horror Nights so much, but it's potentially going to get to a point where it's like, I can't afford to come out at that time because I can't go out in September and not go to Horror Nights. And then you're talking about your tickets, like say we did Rush of Fear for 2 of us, plus an RIP tour on top of that, plus maybe you want one night with Express. That's an expensive trip on top of your flights, your hotel, you're spending money, your annual passes, and everything else that goes with it. It's a very, very expensive trip, and it does worry me.
And at that point, Lee, it might be cheaper for you guys not to do annual passes. It might be cheaper for you, unless you get the 15-month one where it'll cover you for the next year. It might be cheaper for you to do one of those UK tickets.
Yeah, I have already started looking at the difference in prices for like a 2-week ticket from it. But I like the perks of having an annual pass, though.
I don't get any.
But you're always with somebody that has one, though.
Like when we went to Mythos, you wouldn't have been able to get the fritters if we didn't have annual passes. We wouldn't be able to go into the lounge.
As long as one has it.
I mean, I think they would.
I don't know.
But yeah, I like going in the lounge.
They didn't check my AP before I got my burgers.
I like
my
being
Wagyu burgers.
an annual pass holder. But anyway,
complaints into that.
It's going to be an interesting conversation come the next 2 years, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I foresee us having a full episode just breaking everything
Agreed,
down.
actually.
Well, we basically just did.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, me and Michelle we need to get into our conversation that we had in the Uber back from Mickey's Not So Scary on the air.
Yeah.
Is that how we got back?
In an Uber?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea.
No, I know you don't.
I remember getting the ferry.
Anyway.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about in the little things?
Nah.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, then, Tracy, why don't you tell us about something fun that we can do for our listeners?
Well, obviously it's a Halloween season.
It's killing me. I'm not there at the moment.
Well,
I really
keep telling you. Keep telling you.
Apparently everything's changed quite a lot as well. Don't.
You know, I mean, get a flyer at work on a Friday. We'll fly out the Friday night.
I haven't got the holidays left.
I'll be your Juan.
Yeah. Yes. So obviously we've got all the fun of trying to decide which is the best house and fighting with each other. So in order to help us do that,
by the way, Chris, sorry just to jump in. I hope you didn't give anything away when you were on the Universal Family yesterday. They were asking us about houses, and I'm like, I am being very diplomatic here. I am not giving away what I have.
I didn't either. No.
Good.
Oh, I literally said what everybody said is there's 2 at the bottom, and then the rest are
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tracy.
That's okay.
I just need to make sure my team are on the right track.
Yes, definitely. So yes, we want you to be involved with ranking the Halloween Horror Nights houses. So when you've been, that really helps if you go. When you've been,
you can make them up if you want.
You can if you want, but what's fun in that?
That's what Tracy did with the hype list.
And then send them
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Please don't.
No. So yes. So rank your houses in reverse order from 10 to 1. 10 being your least favourite, 1 being your most favourite.
I'm going to bleep that. I'm going to edit this. You could just do 10 being and 1 being something else.
Not. Yeah. 1 being anything but.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get that list sorted and get it sent in to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com, and we will add it to the tally. And at the end of the season, we will see who's the best and who's the worst.
Yeah, I love doing this every year. I actually had someone reach out to us today asking if we were still doing them, and like, yeah, we are. You've got till let's give it like a couple of days after the end of the event to get them in, so we get everybody.
I mean, everybody's lists tend to change too throughout the year. So I'll be there again next week. So I'm curious to see if my list stays the same.
Well, mine will stay the same because I'm not going back out again.
True.
Sad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on and talk about a different event.
Yeah.
Sadly. because I'd rather talk about Halloween Horror Nights all the time. But Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about the antithesis of Halloween Horror Nights, Rock the Universe?
We're going to have to send someone to report this. Chris,
Absolutely.
do you fancy going to see this, like going for this weekend and cover it for the podcast?
Is it this weekend?
Not this weekend.
Oh,
January.
but you know what? Possibly. Sure. Why not? I'm down.
Anyway.
We'll discuss details offline.
Yeah.
When is it?
So
January. We'll find out in a
end of
minute.
January.
That's what I was
Chris,
doing.
Chris, why don't you tell us when it is?
Jesus.
Yes, actually, exactly. Yes, him. Bring out your Bibles and slap on your let go and let God t-shirts, and have we've got an announcement for Universal, because the lineup for Rock the Universe, the Christian Music Festival, is taking place January 26 and 27 of next year. The weekend kicks off on Friday night with performances by Grammy-nominated rock band We the Kingdom and Grammy award-winning rapper Lecrae, and more. The festival continues Saturday night with performances by Dove, award-winning band, Casting Crowns, Grammy-nominated singer Phil Wickham. Sorry if I'm butchering these names a little bit. Grammy award-winning singer Brandon Lake, and more. For the full weekend lineup, go to rocktheuniverse.com.
I got to interview one of the performers. Was it last year? The year
Yes,
before?
I was either busy or something.
Matthew West, Grammy nominated. I had no idea who he was.
It was a good
John
interview,
Self helped
though.
me along. He was.
Beyond the main stage performances, Rock the Universe attendees can immerse themselves in a weekend full of inspiring worship experiences, including a powerful Sunday morning service to wrap up the faith-filled weekend. Fans can keep the music flowing in a dedicated fan zone, featuring live performances from up-and-coming acts and autograph sessions with participating bands and artists. That's pretty cool.
I think we said this before. If this is your thing, it's awesome. Like, what better place to do
for
it?
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've literally gone to Disney used to have one called Night of Joy.
Yes.
I think it was called, and did this because I used to go to youth group and everything. I had a blast as a kid. You're there with all your friends and riding rides. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And you get music. All right. Tickets to Rock the Universe also include access to Universal Studios Florida's most thrilling attractions during the event. Fans can take a break from the music and experience the newest addition to the park, Minion Land on Illuminations Avenue, featuring the groundbreaking new attraction, Illuminations Villain Con Minion Blast, and also Rip Ride Rocket. Escape from Gringotts, Race to New York starring Jimmy Fallon, Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, and Revenge of the Mummy.
Pretty good, decent
That's-
lineup. I think it's pretty much everything
yeah.
that's open during Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Apart from
Minus
Minion Blast.
Transformers.
Yeah. I'd just be riding Minion Blast all night.
Yeah.
Because it is
Yeah.
the best attraction in the park.
I wonder if
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I've already had Grace Wiley
You tell him, Grace.
tell me off. She's like, and you had a go at me for having Stranger Things as my number one house. I think that Minion Blast being your number one's a much harder take. Like, I don't care. I disagree.
Awesome. Well, if Christian music is your thing, then this sounds like a great event for you.
Yeah. You just need to do an event for every month of the year. Like, we need to come up with other ones in between Rock the Universe, Mardi Gras, Horror Nights, the holidays.
Well, I could do something for New Year.
Well, they used to do
Which
the
goes to
summer concert.
January.
They do the New Year. What is it? Eve. It's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they
used to
do.
Look at
And to be
Um,
fair, Mardi Gras lasts like 10 months.
True.
So.
They used to do the summer concert series as well, though, didn't they?
They did.
years ago.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
I mean, they also used to have way more Mardi Gras concerts, but that's a different conversation altogether as well.
I do think we're just going to have 3 seasons in the park, and they're just going to like spill into each other.
Have Pancake Day, but spread it over like a
That's
month.
only here. I
Do you
believe.
guys
Hey, what's
celebrate
Pancake Day?
Shrove Tuesday and Ash Wednesday? No?
No.
Before Lent?
No, I thought it was like a Denny's thing you were talking about.
No. So Pancake
Me
Days.
too.
Pancake Days.
IHOP Day.
Shrove Tuesday, so it's to get rid of all the eggs and milk and flour in the
All your
house before
perishables
Lent.
before you...
Oh, okay.
So everyone
So
has
you make-
pancakes.
But they were like crepes,
Crepes.
which I forget every
All
year.
right. All right,
Yes.
Miss Tracy,
Yes.
let's get back to some Producers Club birthdays.
No, it's been so long.
I know.
Wow.
You only did them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I've slept since then. It's been so long.
It still feels like she just got back from Japan,
It
okay?
It does.
I mean, not Japan.
Well, that too.
Well, that too.
Korea.
Korea.
That too. Yeah.
Yes.
For you, maybe.
Asia. You were back from Asia.
I can go back. It's not a problem. It's not a hardship.
It is a problem. As long as I can go to Orlando, I'm going back over to Horror Nights. See you, I'll see
Okay,
you
go.
next
I
week.
told you. I've been telling you to go.
I'm definitely coming.
Okay, let's crack on with some birthdays, shall
Cheaper
we?
when there's only one of me.
There's only one of you. There's only one of me.
Yeah.
Well, not
Well,
if the
how many-
other one is in Beijing at the same time. So
How many
just
times have you
about-
brought two of you?
I was just going to say, how many of him is there? Well, there's only one of me. He
How many
said.
trips were there? 2 or 3?
Thank goodness there's only one.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I love you too.
Actually, I'd like to see 2 because I'd like to see how he'd put up with himself.
I'd love to see what this podcast would be like if it was just 4 of me. I might just
Oh.
do that. I might
Oh.
record an episode of me doing all the parts. But like as different
That's
people,
what
not
she
as
said.
me. Like I'll record them all separately and put it all together so I'm not
That
doing
could actually be funny.
it. Tracy,
Could be
it's time for
terrifying.
Producers Club's birthdays. Come on.
I want to hear. I want to hear the other 2 accents now. If that's me,
I can't do a Southern Belle.
Oh, I'm a bell?
I thought it was
Oh no, I was
Chris.
talking about Chris.
Well, damn.
I think she missed that.
I think you're lucky.
I got that one. I appreciate it though.
Anyway, Tracy, please,
Yes.
birthdays.
I'm trying.
Get me out of this hole.
I'm trying. Okay,
That's what
let's.
she said.
Okay, we're going to kick this off with an October the 3rd birthday. And that is the amazing Devon Coleman's birthday. Happy birthday, Devon.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then on October the 6th, it is the gorgeous Jamie Schiller's birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And then we're going to follow that up on the 12th with the stunning Laurie Cannon's birthday. Happy birthday, Laurie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lori.
And the following day, October the 13th. Is it a Friday? That's my favourite day, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I hope it is a Friday in spooky season.
is.
Is it?
Awesome.
Yeah, it is a Friday.
That is so cool. Happy Friday the
bastard.
13th, spooky birthday. 2 birthday twins, not literal twins. I always have this confusion. First up, we have the fantastic Grayson Albers. Happy birthday, Grayson.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bud.
No.
And the birthday twin here is the inimitable Ron Vyskowski's birthday. Happy birthday, Ron.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my favorite Ron.
Happy birthday.
I've been following their exploits at Universal this past week.
Oh, yes. There's been some fun going on there.
Ugh,
We had lots of fun planning that trip.
I'm sure.
It's fun watching it unfold.
I hate it.
Well, that's just because you're jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the following day, on the 14th, the Saturday, it is the marvellous Cody Whitecamp's birthday. Happiest birthday, Cody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Weinkamp.
And, we have more birthday twins. 2 very nice people here.
Oh, yes. 2 of the best.
Yes, definitely. Yes. October the 15th sees the birthdays of the legend, the man, the one and only John Tyler's birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños, John.
Hey. I knew it.
And then, last but by no means least, recently my own personal angel.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So wishing a very, very happy birthday and a speedy recovery.
Yes.
She's just had an op. To the gorgeous, the lovely, the wonderful Crystal King. Happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday.
So as usual, wishing you all very happy birthdays with lots of cake and presents and lots of hugs, whether you like them or not.
Yes. Hugs, not kicks.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, let's take a quick break and hear from the world's best travel agency, our sponsor, Portkey Vacations.
Man, we need a vacation.
Oh, I got this.
Whoa, that's awesome! But I was thinking something a little more adventurous.
Okay, how about this? Yes! Woo! And how about some relaxation from Mama?
Oh, perfect. How did you do that?
Easy. Portkey Vacations. For your next vacation, let Portkey Vacations take away all the guesswork and stress of planning. From air and hotel to theme park tickets and everything else in between, they've got you covered. Just visit PortkeyVacations.com and touch the Portkey to get started with your free, no-obligation quote request. With just one touch, and Portkey Vacations will magically take you wherever you want to go.
All right, welcome back. Hello, everybody. We are back, and we are going to jump into a bow, pick a bow, bow from Kirby.
Bow. Pick a bow, bow. Bow. Pick a bow, bow. Bow. Pick a bow, bow. Bow, pick a bow, bow, baby.
Hi, this is Kirby and Kendra. We just ate at Bend the Bow. We had the kimchi fried chicken, the shrimp, and the brisket. What did you think of the kimchi?
I would give the kimchi a 4 out of 5. I thought there was a lot of flavor to it. You know, I was satisfied with every bite.
I'm going to give the kimchi a 3.5. It was good. There was a lot of sauce, and that's kind of honestly all I tasted. I really didn't get any chicken or some of the other toppings. Then we'll move on to the shrimp. I'm going to give the shrimp a 4. I thought it was very reminiscent of what you'd get in a shrimp taco, which I like. So I liked all the flavors there.
And I will give the shrimp a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. It was super flavorful. The sauce that was on the shrimp really made it a good little treat.
And then finally the brisket. I'm going to give the brisket a 3.5. The meat was tender. It was juicy and not tough. I really like spice and heat with jalapenos, and those fried jalapenos were a nice touch. However, I really wanted it to be more heat from those jalapenos.
And I would give the brisket a 2. I just thought it just tasted like regular brisket, nothing real special about it.
All right, thank you, and we'll catch you next time.
So we've got one left. I said we had 2. Mr. Craig Lucas, I'm going to call you out, sir, because he'll be buzzing now. It's like 3 episodes on a row. I get a shout out. I will play their clip at some point. If you want to hear a load of inebriated scousers at Bend the Bow trying bows, but not actually rating them, then have I got the clip for you?
I need to hear this.
I need to hear this,
The
too.
whole thing's 8 minutes long.
Oh, my goodness.
I edited it down to about 3.5. Maybe I should leave it in.
I think we should save that for our closing of that segment.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Although John wanted
Love
to be
that.
the last one, so I might have to fight with him over it.
Oh, that'd be the penultimate one then.
It is funny, though.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us what we have up next.
That's what
What
she
we
said.
have up next is probably...
Oh, my God. That was a really bad way to introduce this.
It was, you're right.
Yeah, it's very on the nose. Let's say that much. So,
Okay.
don't forget that next year we will begin our new listener interactive topic, which is which stick gets my lick.
Lick my stick.
Now, similar to
That's what it's going to end up being called.
what?
I didn't
Lick
know
my
you had
stick?
a
Yeah, that's
I
what
didn't know you
Tracy's
had a
going to
stick,
end up.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Well,
Lick my stick. All
You
right.
can't
You
judge
know.
anybody nowadays,
Well,
can you?
Similar to Bow Pick a Bow Bow, you're going to go to Freeze Ray Pops in Minion Land and try however many, which means all, of the Freeze Ray Pops as you like and record yourself rating each of them out of 5. Now, we're going to be using the same rating system here, which 1 is a bleh, and 5 is a...
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you, Joe. And send them to us at podcasts@uuopodcast.com. And we will begin this new interactive topic in the new year. So get yours in. That's what she said. So we have plenty to keep us going.
I was saying we've already got one in, Chris, because we actually saw that getting recorded. You remember, by that bunch of idiots sat
Oh
in
my
Minion
God.
Cafe.
Yes, that was hilarious.
they sent that in.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait
can't
to
wait to
actually
have that
play
for
it.
you.
It's
This is great.
funny.
You know what I honestly can't wait the most for is a intro song from John Tyler.
He is already working on it. He has already tasked himself to say he He for how much he got people to laugh over Bow Picker Bow Bow, he's struggling to know how to outdo Bow Picker Bow Bow now. So he's on the case.
I mean, I don't know that you can outdo it.
It's difficult. This man, I will say, he puts his time, dedication, and effort into these things. So I have faith in you, John.
Yeah,
I have full faith in you.
He is on it. I know that much.
That's great. Awesome. Speaking of interactive topics, we reached out to the Producers Club and asked them if Universal were to counter HHN and compete with Mickey's Not So Scary by hosting an extra ticketed event in Islands of Adventure on non-HHN nights that was a Halloween event aimed at families, not kids, what would you like to see them do? So let's go through their responses.
I was struggling because there's no news out there, and I suddenly thought this could be interesting to get the listeners involved.
Yeah, this is cool. So
now, with that being said, before we jump into that,
okay,
families, not kids. So, are we saying that Not So Scary is geared towards kids, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that geared towards families?
Well, no, I think it's geared towards families too.
Maybe. But what I was saying, I didn't want it to be a kids event. I wanted it to be a family event.
Just a family-friendly event,
Yes.
so anybody can enjoy it.
So not an event
I
aimed
didn't
at...
know if it was like something separate altogether.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Cool. Got it.
First up, we have a response from Corey Hall. He says, jack-o'-lanterns galore out front of IOA entrance. Event-themed lighting on the lighthouse.
Cool.
Characters all throughout port of entry welcoming you to the celebration. Cool. Each land is decorated for the event. Special characters you may not see. I'm assuming that means you may not see in daytime would be villains in Marvel, Potter characters other than Death Eaters, Seuss characters, etc. A lagoon show, yes, please. And of course, trick-or-treat stations in each land.
We've been begging out for a lagoon show in Islands of Adventure forever.
Mm-hmm. It needs it badly.
Yeah. Yes.
Who would be the villain in Seuss, Tracy?
That's an interesting... Dr. Zeus.
That would be kind of cool.
The lumberjack?
Okay. I can see it.
Is he the lumberjack? What's he called? Not the Onceler.
The
Onceler.
Onceler, yeah.
Yeah, the Onceler would be.
Yeah, the Onceler. Technically, the cat in the hat.
He's a isn't he?
And thing one and thing two.
I mean, I know he cleans up after himself, but he still everything up in the first place.
I think it'd be cool just to have creeped out Dr. Seuss characters in general.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I know that wouldn't be allowed.
No, and that's your issue with a lot of this stuff is they wouldn't be allowed to do any of this stuff in the land.
100% not Marvel.
No. It's just such a shame because you've obviously got like the zombie episode of What If with like zombie Captain America, and that would be so cool. And I know they do it. They've done it in Disneyland, the zombie Captain America, but there's no way Disney would allow Universal to do it.
No.
Yep.
Well, we have Stephanie Grant. She wrote in number 1, special food and drink options in each land.
Absolutely.
Number 2 is allow costumes within reason.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, offer character meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep.
Number 4, multiple candy locations within each island, like trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
5, they could offer something similar to the Christmas tree search, but Halloween related.
Which they kind of do, yeah.
Yeah, the little boo thing this year.
They do it, but... Yeah, I can see them just... don't they have stuff in islands as well, right?
For the little
boo treat.
I actually think so, because can't you buy that booklet thing from you can buy it from the All Hallows Eve boutique too.
Yes.
Oh, of course, yes.
I got to look it up. Yes, I think it's because it's spread out now through City Walk, Islands, and Universal.
Yes.
So totally doable. Where were we? Park number 6. Park would obviously need to be decorated for Halloween. Yep. 7, offer every or most attractions within islands.
Yep.
Number 8, nothing scary, gory.
Yep.
All family friendly.
Yep.
And number 9 is price should be comparable to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Parade. Is that what?
Party?
Yeah. Party. Yeah, there you go. But I think $50 to $75 would be worth it. Lower wait times in the park after dark would be fun.
It would definitely be more than 50 to 75.
Never see that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would do that in a heartbeat just to be able to be in the parks at nighttime.
Yeah.
Mickey's Not So Scary probably the cheapest tickets are around 80 and then go up from there.
And they're gone immediately.
What do we pay?
110
like 100,
or
right?
something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I still think is the best way to do Disney.
Absolutely. Jessica Spence says, I'd love to see some kind of stage show, possibly with Scooby-Doo and the gang, or maybe include the Ghostbusters. That would be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and they've got that nice big theater there that never gets used for anything.
Yes, they have. You're right.
Well,
they could even do a whole new show in the no, not the Wild Wild West. What is it now? Why can I not think? Sinbad's.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They could totally put a whole new show in there because that's not being used either.
No.
We heard the Matt Hoffman Stadium being used, didn't we?
Did we?
We could hear rehearsals and things going on in there. I just think that should
Probably
be
a
used.
cheerleading squad.
Yeah.
Probably.
Chris Rook. Rookie says, two things spring immediately to mind. First, a Simpsons Treehouse of Terrors themed element.
I think you'll find that's horrors, Chris, but all right. It's Treehouse of Horrors.
Yes. Horrors, terrors, it's all the same. Go with the fun and absurdity of the classics segments. Secondly, let's have some spooky Scooby-Doo action, please. Again, lots of classic ghosts and monsters to choose from, but mix the gang in and maybe a fun sleuth and game treasure hunt element to it. Hell, I'd go. Take it easy, my peeps.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yes.
Could you imagine, though?
A treasure hunt?
But also having that reveal where the mask's taken off and somebody's revealed, like the Grinch or something like that. That could be quite funny.
I wonder where they would lie with being able to pull characters like the Scooby and the gang over from studios into islands. I wonder if there's like a licensing issue or something where they can only be in studios.
Yeah, because you could have like Woody. Well, Woody is occasionally.
Yeah, you
rarely.
could have Vampire Woody and Winnie. Like you could roll out
you could
a
bring
lot
the Simpsons or the Simpsons. Well, you could bring the Simpsons or you could bring over the Flintstones. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Popeye, Bluto, like Rocky and Bullwinkle. Let's get all those old characters because that's what people go nuts at Mickey's Not So Scary for. Like the one over in Disneyland is those rare characters that you haven't seen ever. What were you going to say, Chris?
Yeah. No, just reading what he's put down. It's very weird. We never got anything really from like the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a big thing, and I know they're not going to do anything now because Disney owns it. But prior, they had so much opportunity to do something there.
Yeah,
they could have really pushed into that.
Next, we have Johnny Sheps. He says it would be cool if they did a treat trail similar to what they do at Oogie Boogie Bash, which is in Disneyland. Maybe some rare characters from the franchises in the parks.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it writes itself, doesn't it? You'd expect them to do the castle projection show, put the Death Eaters back over there, like the Wizarding World. But because I always remember going to, obviously it's Halloween Horror Nights and not something like this, but going to Halloween Horror Nights that first year we went, and I'm convinced there was scare actors in the queue for the Mummy that night we did it.
There was.
Horror Nights.
There was.
I'd like to see them do stuff like that. Not because obviously like the theme Kong out a little bit more spooky.
Yes.
I mean that's scary as hell to be fair, that queue anyway. But you could bring that scare actor back into that thing. I don't know how kids would. I mean they did it they did it during the day, I suppose, for the longest time. So
put flickering candles in the eye holes of the skulls.
Yeah.
That's simple and effective.
Mm-hmm.
Or just putting some of these characters on the rides as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I forgot what park does it for a horror-based event where there'll be like zombies on the roller coaster with you.
Oh, dude, I want that job.
Oh, I need to see that. That's amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So over from the theme park duo, they wrote in complete Cat in the Hat takeover. Complete Catamonium. Love it.
Nice.
Until Gabe wrote this.
But seriously. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But seriously, I feel as though the IP in IOA that aren't already represented wouldn't really work. So maybe creating an original story surrounding port of entry and some type of villain. It could be the guy that like burnt down the fire department.
Yeah,
him.
Escaped from the
yeah, from the prison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This gives Universal an opportunity to spread its wings detached from the IP.
That's true.
Yeah, that gives you port of entry and Lost Continent.
Yeah.
Because there's no attractions in there. You've got that whole area to play with.
Port of Entry already has a backstory.
Yeah.
And that ship that created that area would have been filled with all good people. So,
and why not just go classic Halloween? Like, just keep it all classy. Don't even worry about the IPs. That's a great idea.
Because they did trick-or-treating, didn't they, in the park, like COVID year. In Islands of Adventure. Yeah. Yeah, they did like little trick-or-treat trails in Islands of Adventure. I can't remember. It must have been 2020 when the parks opened back up. It was either that Halloween or 2021. I can't remember. Very briefly.
It'd be cool to keep it all pirate themed, you know, with the whole islands and the lagoon and it being a port, like a fun pirate themed Halloween event.
Yeah,
yeah,
because those pirates are already in
it
port
was
of
2020,
entry.
by the way.
It
You're
was,
right.
yeah. Because you've already got the pirates in port of entry. Zombify them up. That would be cool because they're awesome. Those girls are amazing.
Yeah. I'll make them pirate ghosts.
Yeah.
And a treasure hunt to go along with it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mr. Roids, Jeff says, Jurassic Park should have the people in the raptor suits walking around and chasing people like they do in Japan. Yeah, that blue rip in the actual area would be awesome.
Yes.
Marvel should do their Marvel Zombies from the comics, which I've already said. Port of entry, have pirates welcoming the families. We're on the same page. Leave Dr. Zeus alone because his wife will throw a nutty again.
Only if you've got a Ouija board.
The whole Lost Continent could have a Sinbad theme with skeletons and witches and wizards roaming around. Perfect. Hogsmeade Village, Death Eaters and Dementors, of course. Skull Island would be hard because if you did the natives on the island, it would be seen as racist, I guess. And Toon Lagoon, just have the characters out or trick-or-treating and have fun. Yeah. I wish they'd do something over there.
It wouldn't cost them a lot of money,
I don't
seriously,
think so.
and it would bring them a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
And let's face it.
Remember, it's a ticketed event, so they can spend the money.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Disney don't pay a cent for the candy that they give out.
Probably not, no.
Because it's all branded stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and also, I mean, they leave Dr. Zeus alone because his wife will throw a nutty again. We could see changes because hasn't she passed?
Oh, I don't know.
A few years ago.
I think so.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago now, I think it was. So we could see changes allowed there.
Okay. Like what?
A new ride, that'd be awesome.
Allowing things.
That Mount Crumpet coaster.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Kelly Wood. Oh, I'm glad I've got this one. I would love an event that included 2 main highlights: special lighting packages on outdoor attractions and character meet and greets. Good shouts. My local Six Flags park eliminates most exterior lighting on the outdoor attractions during Fright Fest. Can you imagine Velocicoaster, Hulk or Hagrid's with limited or no exterior lighting or specialised creepy lighting packages?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Or imagine Velocicoaster like lime green lighting. That'd be stunning. Or acid green.
Just put pumpkins on top of the raptors' heads in the raptor paddock.
Or them holding little trick-or-treat bags.
That would be cool.
It would also be amazing if they put a universal spin on Mickey's Not So Scary Disney Halloween cruises and had the different characters dressing up like or pretending to be each other.
Perfect.
Even if it had to be limited to each land for licensing reasons. Can you imagine meeting Spider-Man dressed up as J. Jonah Jameson?
Oh my God, or the other way around would be amazing.
Or the Grinch in a Lorax costume. There could be hilarious set-piece interactions here.
Yes.
I love that idea.
The Grinch with the Lorax's moustache would be amazing.
Oh, that would be hilarious. And he would twiddle it.
Yeah.
That
would be cool.
Dastardly.
Okay, I'm liking that idea.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I actually do like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Melanie Barber says, if Universal decided to go with the Not So Scary Family event, I think it would be neat to see them really diving into characters in the different lands, like themed to Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, or just Port of Entry. Instead of scare actors, fill the different parts of islands with not specific IP characters, just make you feel like you're walking through a movie scene based in those areas, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'd love to walk through Hogsmeade and feel like I was intruding on the Wizarding World.
That's one of the things I said when we first started this podcast that area misses. And I know they couldn't do it because it's always rammed with people, but just have generic witches and wizards wandering around, shopping and interacting with you. It would be amazing.
Carrying spell books or a cauldron or rushing with a letter to the owl post.
It'd be awesome.
I would pay big bucks just for that experience alone. Like just a night completely immersed in the Wizarding World, where it's completely very limited tickets, and they like theme it out like crazy, like you just said.
Yeah.
I would pay money for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, just thinking there, I think what would be great would be if they closed off the Wizarding World of the Hogsmeade. So it was literally you had a ticket and you got in. And imagine if they just put like a big long banquet table out in the main thoroughfare and it was like a big Halloween feast. That, you know, that would be really cool.
You could even go further and like you said, close it off, make an after hours ticketed event and make it literally like either an escape room or some kind of like LARP or something where it's you're living out your dream in that world.
You could have
super
owl handlers.
They
come
did
in as well.
Yeah, that would be cool. They did a thing back at Disney at Hollywood Studios many years ago where they had dining events inside the attractions. The one that that springs to mind very specifically was they had like a load of different tables set up throughout the Great Movie Ride. So you had you had your starters at one section and then your main course somewhere else. That would be amazing, by the way.
Yes.
That is super cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and they charged a pretty penny for it, to be fair,
Of course.
as well. But yeah,
I would pay it. I would pay it for something like that.
Can you imagine like the Hogwarts Castle having like your starters in the room of requirement and your main course in the Defense Against the Dark Arts room or whatever? It'd be amazing.
And then you take the
limited
Hogwarts
edition.
Express over for the main course.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You could charge a fortune for it as well. Because, I mean, they do it at the Warner Brothers Studio tour, don't they, for the holidays?
Yeah.
They have like a Christmas thing there with a big
priced it
banquet.
up.
Yeah, it's bloody expensive.
They do a Valentine's one too.
Yeah.
You can have some desserts and coffee on Forbidden Journey.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
While the rides move.
Yeah. I don't know about the coffee, but...
Yeah.
All right.
Grain Boyd says, we went to Not So Scary last month. What would be good is that they do the opposite of Not So Scary, i.e. the Universal characters are dead or deformed. There are not treats, only tricks. What would be good is that numbers are limited, just like Disney, so the park is enjoyable.
Yeah.
I love that.
Which I have to argue and say that Disney has gotten really bad at increasing their numbers allowed for these nightly tickets.
It was still quiet.
When I first started going to Mickey's Not So Scary, it was so much more dead than it is now.
But us going this time, we never waited more than 25 minutes for anything that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, are you talking more about, because I'm assuming we did it before, you were taking Krissa around to go do trick-or-treating, right?
Yeah. Well, not just trick-or-treating. I just mean in general.
Yeah.
All the wait times and everything. Just crowds in general. Like it felt like, it used to feel like there were no crowds at all.
Okay.
Seriously. Like even just walking.
Weird.
But anyway.
Cody Whitecamp says, first off, I'd like to see a lot of general Halloween decorations throughout each land in IOA, specifically themed to each land. Yes. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I'd love
They
to
should just do that anyways.
Yeah. Like they do it for Hogsmeade. And like you look at the holidays when they put all the like very specific holiday decorations up in Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. I don't understand why they don't do it in a lot of the other lands.
Imagine pumpkins that got like the Green Goblin's face on.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin's face, especially because he throws the pumpkin in the ride. Yeah.
I'd also love to see some special party-only characters in the lands, plus specialty-themed food. I mean, we know they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get onto some of that in the next few weeks and probably have some very interesting conversations about a certain corn dog, but we'll wait for that. Also, a Halloween-themed Hogwarts castle show, which they do anyway. Not this year, but they sometimes do. Yeah.
Yeah. Leanne Lassard, I'm sure this will be popular. Again, but Scooby-Doo and the gang would be sick. Something with all the monsters that have been seen throughout the series, as well as a gang dressed in Halloween costumes. They basically have everything they need already, so it wouldn't be super hard to do. Thank you.
Like the Sea Kender, but you have to go and see Scooby and the gang to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we know they can help out.
Oh, we do.
Cool. I wonder if they could like totally retheme Kong to Scooby-Doo just for the party.
Probably not, but...
That would be cool, though. Okay. Nicole Hunter. I hate that it's pretty similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but for families and islands, I'd love to see pop-up mini walkthrough in each island featuring unique fall lighting packages, themed decor, including fall leaf gardens and pumpkins throughout. Trick-or-treating spots with candy passers dressed themed to their island.
Yep.
Yes. Dark Art Show on Castle with Death Eaters roaming, Raptors roaming through Jurassic, Port of Entry characters roaming, themed foods similar to HHN. Later hours, yes. So we can see those awesome lighting packages.
Exactly.
Yeah. Use Lost Continent Amphitheater and Toon Lagoon Amphitheater for themed spooky shows based around monsters and other original shows. Fog on the Lagoon with a laser light show.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Yes.
Yep. Grayson Albers says, here are my thoughts on the idea. Hosting an extra ticketed event will likely be a deterrent. By telling people, hey, if you want to enjoy the parks after 5 p.m. during September and October, you're going to have to pay extra. They're going to be accused of worse price gouging than Disney.
Right, let me just stop. Let me just stop there because I read this email. I read this message when Grace and I was ready to get into this. Right, so this is why I specifically said on non-Halloween Horror Nights night. So effectively, for most of September and October, you'd have this going on in Islands of Adventure for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And so while those 2 nights are going on, you've still got the studios you can go into for whatever time that closes. Then the 5 nights that's not on, you've got Horror Nights going on in the studios, and you've got Islands open till late. So you don't have to, you're not specifically wanting. So what he's saying is that they're going to get blasted for the only way you're going to get to visit those parks after 5 p.m. is if you buy a hard ticket event for this or a hard ticket for Horror Nights. And that's not the case. You'd still have 5 nights in Islands and 2 nights in studios that if you weren't doing either of these events, that you could still be in the park after dark, basically. Sorry, Grayson. There you go.
All right, I'll add to that after. Alternatively, you offer some sort of Halloween itinerary for families that is included in the daytime tickets. Even if it doesn't start until later in the day, you offer it to people who don't want to go to HHN and still want to enjoy Halloween at the parks, but don't have to pay extra. Trick-or-treating, costumes, and this would be only at IOA and not during HHN, and extra characters, etc. The current Little Boo Hunt and some extra decor at All Hallows Eve Boutique is not enough to qualify for that. They'd really have to add some extra theming. Disney has an advantage of 4 parks. They can host Mickey's Not So Scary at Magic Kingdom and keep the other 3 parks open. If Universal decides to close both of its parks for ticketed events, then they would be shooing away many of the guests and leave a bad taste in consumers' mouths. And it wouldn't solve the overcrowding issue at HHN. In fact, it might make it worse. Just my thoughts, although like most things, I could probably write a whole research paper on this topic.
Yeah.
So you're what you said about having one during those other 2 days that HHN isn't open and then flipping it back and forth. That's actually a good idea because it does take away from I can only experience, these parks after a certain price.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, after paying a certain price. But just to kind of play devil's advocate in there's also really, really good opportunity, I feel, for a lot of families. And this is coming from someone who just, went up with my family, where my niece, she's 3 now, so they didn't want to take her in this year. And so my mom stayed out with my niece while the rest of us went to HHN. I could see it having both open because there'll be families that, let's say you have 2 kids and they want to go do this and your grandchild's with you. You know what I mean? Where you have these 2 different options where you would be drawing in these large crowds and like, okay, you guys go to HHN. I'm scared of all that stuff. So I'm going to hit up this park and do, Islands of Adventures, whatever they want to call it.
So mom and dad take the teenagers to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights and Nana and Granddad take the grandkids to
Sod that. I'm not taking my grandkids to that. I'm going to Horror Nights.
Woody's Not So Scary Halloween. I'm talking about when you're about 90.
Yeah,
so am I. Friggin' hat. You can't walk around that friggin' park now. What? You're not going to be when you're 90. So you've converted, and now it's going to cost me a friggin' fortune. Now I've got to factor in a ECV. So it's annual passes, it's Rush Fear passes, it's flight, hotels, spending money, ECV.
Hey. It's good. It's a good thing. Now you're not pushing a wheelchair.
No.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a really good thing because pushing a wheelchair is not good.
Not if you buy it ahead of time, and it's just with you for the whole week. It's not that expensive.
Exactly.
It's like $100 for the whole week.
You see, let's hope I don't actually become properly disabled, because you see what sort of carer he's going to be.
I think that's a great, it's a great idea to have a family event, because like, from my perspective, I do have a lot of people that try to leave the kids at home to come to HHN, or they're having trouble leaving the kids at home, but they're like, I feel bad because there's nothing really for my kid to do while I'm there. But this way, everybody gets a little bit of something. Like when Krista was too little to go, I brought a friend with us that would stay with her while Audrey and I went into Halloween Horror Nights. But then if they're like the next night, there's no HHN, then we could all go in to Islands and do the family event. Yeah. Well, we used to go and do Disney's Mickey Not So Scary, because there was nothing like that. But that was like Krista's fun night. So it's a no-brainer to me.
And I'm sure a lot of families, it's easy for them just to go like, hey, grandma, you're coming on this trip with us because you're going to have the kids over at this park, or the aunt or the cousin, or just somebody who doesn't care about horror. They're just like, I don't want to do that, but I'd gladly go into the parks for a not scary event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the whole point of, like I said, doing the Islands of Adventure one on non-Halloween Horror Nights nights. So you're not putting you're not putting those night hours behind a paywall for everybody.
That makes sense a lot.
I'm going to be interested to see what happens when Epic opens, because I think that's going to change Horror Nights.
I don't think it will.
To a degree, I think they're going to have to expand it. I think something like this could end up being in the cards, maybe in Epic.
I thought about this when I put this question out, and this is going completely off topic, but Epic doesn't lend itself to something like this because every land's separate off the main hub, and it's not a circular thing. You're in and out. I think it would be too much of a logistical nightmare, because you then can't govern one area.
Epic. The thing is, though, if you did like the kids' version of it, it's going to be smaller.
It's still
right?
Super Nintendo World.
Right. But also, it's not going to run late because you've got the hotel there. You cannot disturb your hotel guests too late. So there's going to be a cut-off time that's going to be earlier than Horror Nights.
Maybe.
Well, and what is in the land between the hubs? So what if they built structures just for HHN and opened up pathways between the hubs just for HHN, creating a loop where we're not having to walk 10 miles to the back of a ride to get to a parade building.
I don't think you will ever see anything Halloween Horror Nights related at Epic Universe.
Horror Nights I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Michelle just did.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to create, go ahead and put that into the plan.
No.
That would be amazing.
They're not going to want to on their brand new park by putting infrastructure in for an extra ticketed event like that when it's already set up for it at Universal Studios Florida.
No, I don't think that.
But I wonder how much they lose by not renting out their sound stages during HHN months.
But then,
like, they literally cannot use it once they have to input all of the, build the sets into those sound stages. They are not rentable.
I don't think they care. I think they make more than enough money off Halloween Horror Nights to cover that entire year.
But why not make
money
off of
sound stages are we talking?
Like 4, if that. It's like
I think it's very telling that they are going to be taking down said pop-up tents to make physical structures.
Yes.
I think that's
a
telling
really
of
good
it being
point.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. It's the same as Minion Land not being part of Halloween Horror Nights this year. It'll be the same thing with Epic Universe. Maybe down the line, but I can guarantee you for the first 10 years you won't see anything like that. They may do something in Monsters Land, who knows, because it's already kind of set up for you, but I can't see them putting any sort of infrastructure in a brand new park and taking away from it.
I could see them doing little cutesy trick-or-treat trails, maybe during the day.
Yeah.
Kids, you get a wristband for it.
But not putting a whole.
Who knows? Maybe they'll do a family-friendly event at Epic.
I think they will. I do think that the size of Epic.
I just think it's a brand new.
Even if it's, like I say, it doesn't have to be after hours. It could be something that's during the day. I'm expecting there's going to be like green areas as well, so they could have things set up there for families as well.
I do kind of agree with Lee that where I don't think we're going to see anything there for at least 5 years. Like it's the brand new state of the art park. That thing's going to be slammed without any kind of promotion, without any kind of events. So they probably won't even care. But it does. The park itself does lend itself. I think it lends itself better to hosting a Horror Nights than the two other parks, just because of its hub and spoke design.
Yeah.
You mean a family event or a Horror Nights?
I'm just going. I know it's not going to be Horror Nights, but I'm talking about Horror Nights. But it also could be anything because you have that said, hub and spoke. It's much easier to traverse to lands you want to go to as opposed to your islands where it's a giant circle. You want to get to the other side, you're going to have to walk half a park to get over there.
It's true. But again, but like I said, my thing is it's a brand new theme park. They're wanting to show off the brand new lands, and the hotel, the hub, and they're not going to want to sully that by putting a Halloween Horror Nights in there and taking away from what their brand new state-of-the-art theme park is.
And we've already got, summer of 25 as the opening.
Yeah.
So it's definitely so like a month or two after opening is going to be Halloween season. So they're not going to be doing anything the first year for definite.
No, that's for sure.
Anyway.
Yes.
Let's get back on track. Susie Scott says it's all about the candy and the characters.
Yes.
An attraction overlay would be fun too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Nicole Hubbs, something centered around Halloween fall Universal Movies IPs, like a friendly version of Classic Monsters. Classic Monster Kids!
The Munsters, the Addams Family, do they have the rights to them?
Chibi Classic Monsters. I need that now.
Chibi
little cute, like almost like pop vinyl, like character type things.
Yeah.
Big eyes and big heads and so cute.
What are the little characters that they make at Universal?
Screamers, the studio Screamers.
Yes. The Screamers.
Yes,
that would be actually really cool.
Life-size Screamers.
Can you imagine like a little marching parade of monsters taking the kids off around a little loop?
I just hope they don't do that little boo with a body because it's weird.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing.
It's strange, isn't it? It's just like Little Boo should not have a body.
Hang on. Does that mean that Little Boo is related to David S. Pumpkins?
Maybe.
Because it's kind of interesting.
Christina Frundell says they would have to do something Scooby-Doo themed, of course. A mystery gang themed maze, area, or show sounds adorable, and all the different villains are so iconic. They could also do something with Casper and Paranorman.
Yes!
Because those are Universal Pictures too.
Yes. Paranorman would be amazing.
Yes.
Is Monster House a Universal movie?
I think it is. We haven't seen that actually.
No, we haven't.
I've never seen Paranorman.
You haven't seen Watch it. It's amazing.
Lee fought me against Paranorman for about 3 years. Me and Jade and Raymond were all like, "Oh my god, it's so good! It's so good! Watch it!" No. Then he watched it.
See, I love Leica, the production company that does that. So, have you seen Coraline?
That would be awesome.
I haven't, but it's one of Alexa. Alexa loves that movie.
Right. So same company. Box Trolls, Paranorman,
Kubo
and the Two Strings, which is phenomenal. And,
the Yeti one. Oh, it's called
Missing Link was the last one they did. No, Frankenweenie's bloody Disney. It's Tim Burton.
Oh, isn't it the? Yeah.
No, watch Paranorman is phenomenal. Kubo and the Two Strings is amazing. And to be fair, Coraline would make a creepy as well. Yeah, if they could get the licenses to them, they would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Even Box Trolls sounds like something that's friendly.
It's kind of creepy, but it's very sweet. Yeah, I'd be up for them. And Casper, let's be honest, Casper's slapped all over the merch for Horror Nights for about the last
but not there
10 years. It's such a weird thing. So we had this explained to us, didn't we? That it's because it's like a license-free character or a character they have license to use. They just use it.
So do you know what? Just project Casper onto buildings.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
would argue even Gremlins could be family friendly if they don't make the Gremlins too scary.
Gremlins was never family friendly.
No, Gremlins is not family friendly.
Gremlins is terrifying.
Yeah,
it's not. Get scared of that.
Yeah,
that female gremlin is terrifying.
Yeah, and when they put it in the blender and it's split,
that's why I said you have to not do that stuff. Don't do the super scary stuff, but Gremlins is kind of cute.
Yeah, it really isn't.
You want just what's his face out there? Gizmo.
Yes.
Gizmo.
But he's not a gremlin
the whole time.
He's a Mogwai.
Yeah, a bunch of little gizmos.
But that's not gremlins then. That's Mogwais.
That's true, because he got to turn into a gremlin.
Yeah.
I think projections on the buildings in port of entry, like pumpkin-y ones and stuff like that would be awesome. I still want them to do that projection mapping in Hogsmeade. I've always said for Diagon Alley it works better, but do it in Hogsmeade where it looks like it's been destroyed, which would be amazing.
Yeah. I would just love to see Scooby-Doo themed, but villains just running around literally with a sheet over their heads.
Yeah.
With cut out eye holes. I think that would be hilarious. So make it comedic. Because I'd love that.
If this turns up at Universal next year and a lot of these ideas
we want free tickets.
You know where they got the ideas from.
I want a Ghostbusters ghost hunt.
Yep.
Where you can pay to rent a Ghostbuster gun, and there's like little ghosts throughout the park that you can shoot and gain points. And if you shoot them all, you get a prize at the end.
You don't get slimed.
Free ghost.
I will walk out with that gun. All right.
Exactly.
Oh, you could pay extra to get slimed, actually.
That's what she said.
And hug the Marshmallow Man at the end? Yes.
Well, that went... we got way more content out of that than I was expecting. I'm glad I came up with that.
Pat yourself on the back there, why don't you?
Have you met us?
Let me throw this question out to you guys. Universal has to have sat down and had this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Probably.
But so we're talking about all the things they can do. But here, I'll throw it out to you guys, see what you think. Why haven't they?
Yeah, because possibly they don't want to take away from Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights is their thing, and they don't want to dilute it by having something else that people might have to make a choice. We've already talked about it tonight, about how expensive a Halloween Horror Nights trips become, and maybe they don't want to dilute their Halloween Horror Nights audience by giving them something similar to do, and then people have to go, well, I can't afford both. What do I do?
Also, you've got to factor in, you've got at least 2 IPs there where permissions are not going to be given to use those licenses. So you've got 2 areas that you've got to somehow navigate pass-throughs to get to the others. I
mean, they've done that for Horror Nights when they've done Horror Nights there before. So there's obviously a work around it. Because when we did Horror Nights in 2004, there was a house down Doom Alley. I can't for the life of me remember where the entrance was or whatever, but we were in Marvel because that's where we got our faces painted in Marvel superhero. So we went, like Marvel was part of it, but there was no theming or anything there that I remember.
But if you remember, Zeus Landing was pitch black.
I don't remember.
With fog. There was, because we got a really good scare coming out going into...
the Lost Continent. Yes, I do remember that. But
it was pitch black going through. There was nothing lit.
I wish I remembered that.
I have no recollection aside from like the cornfield to take you between parks. And then I remember Jurassic Park having some really good scares in the...
I don't remember anything wandering around Jurassic Park.
Wasn't one of the crossovers in Zeus Landing?
It was, that one, the Field of Screams, because you went through where the double gates were
where we had photos taken. Yeah.
That was where Field of Screams was.
Yeah.
That's where the whole, don't plant corn, because if you plant corn, there's a fucking hurricane coming.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't plant corn this year, but look what happened.
They did.
I think probably the biggest reason Universal hasn't done a family-friendly event is because they tend to not try to compete with Disney.
That's true. They're not Disney.
Been pretty vocal. Yeah. They've been pretty vocal about the fact that they are their own thing and they are the specialists in what they do, and Disney can be the specialists in the kid stuff. And I think that's probably their biggest factor is they can leave the kid stuff to Disney.
See, I 100% agree with you.
Well, I don't know. In recent years, have changed that.
It's funny because they did about 8 or 9 years ago. They started looking. There was little things coming into the parks, the Superstar Parade, little things like that. Where I think they started down that road of wanting to compete with Disney for that family-friendly market, and then realized that we can't. We're just going to build Velocicoaster,
which we much prefer.
I mean, I think they can.
I don't think they can.
I totally think that they could be fine with doing a family-friendly event because more and more families are coming to these parks. I mean, I can see amongst my own clients in the past 10 years how the family dynamics have gotten younger and younger. So I think that they can. I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think that they need to try to do it like Disney. I think they need to figure out their own family-friendly thing.
I think the conversation changed a bit once from, go back 5 years till now, where you're not going to Universal for one day, right? Now they're trying to compete with Disney. Now they're not trying to compete and take away their clientele in that aspect, because they will never be able to compete with Disney on a children level. We know that. Ride-based, IP-based, all that stuff. But with that being said, they want to compete at a price level. They want to compete at a length of stay level and all that. So you have to give these options, because you are alienating certain people that go on these vacations, especially during October and September, where there are plenty of people that just go to the hotels at nighttime. In September and October, they're packed with families and kids because they have nothing else to do. That's a missed opportunity for Universal.
That's their own stupid fault for going at that time of year. Like, it's Halloween.
No, but what I'm saying...
Well, no, it's not their stupid. Like, they are coming there to do Halloween Horror Nights, and they're coming there to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yeah, but what Chris is saying, that the hotels are packed because there's people who can't do anything else during the night because they're not there for Halloween Horror Nights or whatever.
Well, the kids aren't.
The kids are. So, like, certain parts of the family are, and then the rest are just kind of hanging back. Because I'm thinking, like, bigger than just, like, Alexa and I going, or a family of 4. There's, like, very large parties that obviously go. So I just feel like there's a very big missed opportunity on their end not to take advantage and be like, okay, instead of just, giving your dollars to Lowe's and not us, give it to us by this event we do over here. Like, I think there's an opportunity there for it. And no, I don't think they should try to directly compete with Mickey's Not So Scary. Put their own twist, do their own thing.
Of course.
Their own twist,
Not So Scary is geared towards families, right? But also towards very young kids. Do the Universal thing where you gear it towards that right over the cusp of like very
tweens.
young kid, like 5, 6. Yeah. Just a different age gap, or do something different. They can do it. It's weird that they haven't. Or maybe that's going to be a different conversation a few years from now. Who knows?
I mean, the worry is that a lot of people have talked about how young the audience for Halloween Horror Nights is now skewing. It's younger and younger all the time. I mean, I know people who took their 2-year-old recently.
I will say, we took our niece last year and she was 2.
Exactly. You don't get much younger than
this
that.
This year going, I will say, I noticed a much larger influx of young kids. I noticed more strollers this year than I ever have.
Yeah.
Let's just say that much.
If they ever enact a child swap for Halloween Horror Nights, I think I'm going to have to boycott.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to have to bring a kid.
No, I'm going to have to boycott. Because that's exactly what's happening. I saw lots of people that had strollers there, and there was like one parent sitting out with the kid, obviously somewhere just chilling, waiting for the rest of the party to come. And I bet they probably switch, or they decide which houses, which parents are going to do. They figure it out. But I agree with Chris. There's a missed opportunity there for some revenue for sure.
And just to clarify, Brian, Michelle wasn't talking about you there, people with strollers, by the way.
Those strollers are very welcome.
True.
The bourbon baby.
Bring all the strollers.
Anyway.
Right. All right. That was a fun episode.
It was.
Yeah.
All right. That is going to end this podcast, which means it's time for a Universal Is. And this one comes from Thomas Burnell. So we will see you next week. But for this episode, Thomas says, Universal is my money pit. Mm-hmm. Catch you next time.
That was another episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, the best and only podcast about Universal Orlando on the island. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcasts, news, and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Join the Producers Club by emailing us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, for all your other theme park news, and email Michelle at portkeyvacations.net to book your next trip. So until next time, this is Amity 6, call off the Marines, we're coming home.